Conspiracy theories that I think have some truth behind them. Chapstick companies put shit inside here specifically designed to dry out our lips just so we can buy more chapstick. It's an endless cycle. All of those giant automotive, gas, oil, and coal companies are putting all of their energy into stopping and hiding development in renewable energy, because as soon as we make that switch, they stop making money. Disney wholeheartedly believed that Hillary Clinton was going to win the 2016 election, so they started building her animatronic for the Hall of Presidents just a little bit too early, because Trump won and they didn't know what to do. Instead of starting from scratch, they just tweaked the Hillary animatronic a little bit and called it Trump. You don't believe me? You can't tell me that that looks like Donald Trump. That looks like Hillary Clinton dressed as Donald Trump. The word okay is a fake word. In the 1830s, it was like a big joke to misspell words on purpose because, you know, they had like the best sense of humor. The most famous of which was all correct, which turned into oral correct, which turned into okay. Which means that the word okay is just the wrong way to spell the misspelled abbreviation. So I hope from now on, whenever you say okay, that you just remember you're saying all correct, which sounds ridiculous. Hey babe, you wanna go to the store with me?
All correct.
Here's some easy tricks that might just get you more matches on Tinder. Verify your profile. It lets everybody know that you are who you say you are and not just some random catfish, and getting verified is super easy. All you have to do is go to your profile page and then click on that little gray check mark. Then it's gonna ask you to match some selfie poses, and after a really quick review, your profile will have a blue check mark that lets everybody know that you're you. Second thing you can do is make sure you don't have too many group photos. Yeah, sure, it's cool. You're letting people know you have friends, but when you do this, especially when it's the first or second photo, people get confused on who you are and they end up just swiping left. Another thing you can do is make sure you have a picture of yourself with a dog. It doesn't even have to be your dog. It's been proven though that when you do this, more people tend to swipe right. Last thing you can do is actually write out a bio, and more than just a couple words. People want to know who you are, so if you let your personality shine through, you're more likely going to get more matches. So the smarter you get, the more you actually start to doubt yourself. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and this is the exact reason why the dumbest people are always the most confident. Sarcasm has been proven to strengthen the right side of your mind, responsible for controlling creative thoughts. It's also a sign of a healthy and intelligent mind. Your brain has a specific area entirely dedicated to recognizing human faces. That's why all animals of certain species look virtually identical to us, but we're able to distinguish between some pretty similar looking people. And if you damage this part of your brain, it actually can lead to something called face blindness, which is exactly how it sounds. Adult jokes in kids' movies that you missed because you were a stupid, oblivious child. In Shrek, Lord Farquaad is laying in bed and asks the mirror to see a picture of the princess. Fiona appears, and then you can see a small bulge under the blanket. Lord Farquaad got a boner. In the movie Cars, there's a billboard for top-down truck stop with all convertible waitresses. At the end of Toy Story 2, Jesse performs this really cool stunt that impresses Buzz, and his wings pop out in excitement. Adult jokes in kids' movies that you missed because you were a stupid, oblivious child. At the beginning of Robots, Herb Copperbottom rushes home because he's about to be a dad, and the wife's like, "Oh honey, I'm so sorry, you missed the delivery," and he's all disappointed, but she's like, "Oh, it's okay, making the baby is the fun part. Look, doubloons, don't drop them." Nickelodeon slipped in a fucking prison rape joke. In Emperor's New Groove, Kronk literally pitches a tent above his crotch.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Psychology tricks to help you with your next interview.
Try to embody someone that you admire that has traits relevant to the interview situation. Visualize the whole thing and you'll become much more calm and confident in the situation.
Make sure your hand is warm when you go to shake hands with your interviewer, because it's going to immediately make you a more desirable person than if it was freezing cold.
You got to read the room. Look at what their attitude is, what their demeanor is, how they're acting, and you kind of want to mirror that. Don't be obvious. Just if they're laid back, you be laid back. But be authentic. Be yourself.
If you're feeling a little nervous, try changing your state of mind by lying to your brain. Tell yourself that you've known these people your whole life and you're just old friends going to catch up, and that you can't wait to see them. I promise you, the power of suggestion is way stronger than you think. Did you know that your birth month can actually have an effect on which career path you choose? January babies have this mindset that they're natural born leaders, so they tend to do well in jobs where they're in charge or have high prestige, the most popular of which are general practitioners and debt collectors. People born in February are creative and unconventional, which means that they have a hard time with that 9-to-5 job, which is why a surprisingly high amount of you guys become artists. But if you're born in February and you're not that artistic, you could become a traffic cop. There's a lot of you guys. It's a little weird. March babies do best when they have a career that can entertain people. This is why a lot of you guys become musicians. But you also have the highest number of airplane pilots. Maybe it's the intercom and the cheesy jokes before the flight. Where are my April babies at? I fucking love you guys. We are the most ambitious and career driven. We're the actual natural born leaders. Even though we have the most alcoholics, we have the most politicians, and we tend to do well in whatever the fuck we choose. I ran out of time, so like and follow for a part 2.